we're going to look at leveraging the AWS Simple Monthly Calculator. Now, when we looked at the TCO calculator, that was specifically for comparing running a workload in your own data center versus running it on AWS. The Simple Monthly Calculator is designed to just help you calculate the costs of running a workload on AWS without that comparison. So here in this demo, we're first going to look at how we access the AWS Simple Monthly Calculator, and then we'll be estimating costs for a workload on the cloud using that calculator. And finally, we'll be saving and sharing the results of the calculator with other individuals. Now, the Simple Monthly Calculator can be found at calculator.s3.amazonoz.com, and a link to the Simple Monthly Calculator is also provided in the guided outline for this course. Now, I've already configured several values within the Simple Monthly Calculator. So first, here's some things to notice. On the left we have different services that are provided by AWS, and we can choose to input values for any of these services within the calculator. Now, along the top, we have a tab for the services that we're leveraging and also a tab to show our monthly bill. So in this case, if I click on the monthly bill, based on the values that I've already entered in, we would have an initial one-time cost of $2,458.50, and then we would have a monthly payment of $5,795.23. Well, you might be saying to me, well, why do we have an upfront cost? I thought one of the benefits of moving to the cloud is that we don't have an upfront cost, and that's a great point. And so I'll showcase here within the services that we're leveraging this concept of reserved instances. Now, reserved instances allow us to get discounts on servers on Amazon EC2 if we have either a 1-year or 3-year commitment for those servers, and that is a cheaper cost than what we get by just doing a normal, on-demand allocation of this server. Now, there are several options for reserved instances. You'll see here that for on-demand, this particular instance type, which is a T3.2's large, and that instance type tells us how much computing power this particular instance has. And again, we'll cover all of this when we look at Amazon EC2 in a later course. However, you'll note here that 1-year no upfront reserved lowers that effective monthly cost from $243 and some change to $152 and some change. And if we go all the way down to 3-year all upfront, meaning you pay for the server entirely upfront, that is lowered to $91.48. So there are substantial cost reductions if you're an organization that can commit to having your workflows on the cloud with these instances for either a 1 or 3-year period. And we'll talk more about reserved instances in a later course in this path. But here, for billing option for our 10 web servers that we've identified here, I'm going to transition these from being what we call on-demand to being a 1-year, partial upfront reserved instance, and what that will do is that will lower the amount that we're actually paying for those servers, but it will do so by requiring a partial upfront payment. And so I'll go ahead and hit close and save, and we can now see that our monthly bill has now lowered substantially now to just $3,912.90. Now, in addition to these instances, I've also added in some database servers in the RDS tab, for relational database service. And I've entered in some different values here. Now, I also want to note, if we go back to EC2, I've also put in some different values for the data input and output that we would actually be seeing with our application. So you can take any of the variables that you have for leveraging AWS services, you can come in and enter those values in, and then you could see what the monthly bill would be based on those services. Now, let's say that you reach a point where you feel like you're good with what you've entered into the calculator. Once you're at that point, you can click on your monthly bill tab, and then from here, you can either export this to a CSV file or you can also save and share. So if we click the Save and Share option, we can now enter in values, we can give this a name and a description, and by default it will let the other individual know what this includes. Once we have that in place, we can now hit OK, and we now have a URL that we can share so that other individuals can see our cost projections utilizing the AWS Simple Monthly Calculator. Thanks for watching our video. For more videos, please take 1 second and press the button below, like, subscribe, and bell icon.